HMD here. We're going to go on a journey still. Bit of background about me. I started producing a long time ago and it's been my passion ever since. My whole thing is about taking ideas and making them mine. So I'm about emotion in music, I'm about highs and lows, I'm about fast and slow. I'm about the psychology of making you feel the music, which is what we all want to do. We want to, share our music with people and then they hear it and it's like, oh my God, I feel it. So we're going to do 7 lessons, work through it step by step, keep it very simple, keep it, very DIY, but also just sharing all of my gems that I've picked up from, trial and error, just doing stuff and not working out and trying again. So with anything, we're going to start off small and then build up to a big piece of music. Going to go from finding ideas to playing melodies around it, to making your drums and your bass, to structuring it and talking about arrangement, to putting in our vocals and doing our vocals and then mixing it, getting it ready for master, and then a bit of paperwork stuff and kind of sharing the kind of admin stuff around being an artist today who wants to release music commercially. So let's get into this first one, finding the source. So this for me is all about finding the music that I want, that I like. So this could be loops, this could be playing in chords, this could be your mate playing on the guitar, whatever. It's about taking an idea that you like and putting your stamp on it. So I've got these samples here that I got from my friend. Shouts out to Matt Wild. He's a pianist, so he basically sent me some loops and I was like, alright, cool, let me get to work on them. And I found this loop that I liked. Okay, so that's about 8 bars of that, or 4 bars of that. So I'm going to bring up my sampler. So every DAW has got some sort of a sampler. I started off in Reason ages ago, moved on to Pro Tools, and then moved on to Logic, and now I'm on Ableton. Reason being, I work very quick, so I need the idea to come in quick, so it needs to come out of me quick. So Ableton for me has been great for just workflow, getting things in quick, chopping them up quick, finding effects quick, speed, workflow. So originally this sample came in at C minor at 89 BPMs, as you can see, but I changed it, pitched it all the way down by 5 steps to G minor, and made my cuts. So that's the first cut, my second cut, my third cut. So for me, I'm listening through the sample and hearing what speaks to me and how I wanted to kind of arrange it or rearrange it. My fourth sample, fifth, remember that part, sixth. Now you can go in even further in and change things a bit more, but this is what I've chosen so far. And these are the patterns I came up with. So I came up with this first pattern here. So for me, it's about 2 things. It's about a distinct verse part and a distinct chorus part. So most of all, I'm thinking most about the end result, the end product. So I'm thinking ahead while also being quite present. A few house rules as well when you're making your beats. Determine your BPM, determine your key. Now, if you don't know what that means, key is basically what key on the keyboard is this song at, and you can find that out most times either through like a sampler like the Serato sampler, or you can find out using similar technology, or if you know your keyboards, you can kind of just play along and find the scale and find the key, the note that it all starts off from. So I've got this chop, and I've also got this chop here. And I'm at 157 BPM, but I'm really working half speed, like half time. I like things to be faster and me working at half speed, because then I can choose what things need to be faster and what things need to be slower. I'm trying to create some dynamics here. So yeah, let's check out this second chop. Very nice, very soulful, very, very sweet. You know what I mean? It's that sour sweet. I like to work from a sour sweet standpoint. Okay, moving on. So one's chop is quite chordy and kind of long, and another chop is quite staccato, as they call it. It's quite rhythmic, quite percussive. That's because I know that one part I'm going to be singing over, and the other part I'm going to kind of be rapping and singing over. So, what's next for me? Well, for me, I've pitched both of them down. I want to kind of touch them up a little bit. I want to kind of make them feel like they come to life. So, my next step is this. I'm going to bring up this Abbey Roads plate, and I'm going to give it some pre-delay. Well, not any pre-delay. I'm going to use this clean preset. And what it will do, you'll hear it now. So let's turn it on for both. So also another thing I do is that I try to be consistent with my effects. So if I'm using a type of reverb, then I'm trying to use that reverb as many times as possible on as many different things. But only if it's called for, so I don't put reverb on my kicks unless I have to. Do you know what I mean? Or my 808s, like low end stuff. I don't really tend to put any reverb on unless there's a particular need for it. When it comes to plugins and when it comes to stock plugins, it's good to practice on stock plugins. Just take your time with them and just practice as much as you can. But also, you'll start to do your own research and finding out what you like. So what you like, which reverbs you like the sound of, which delays you like the sound of, distortion, the list goes on. But it's about finding what works for you, and that takes time and effort. Okay, moving on. Let's see how they sound with the plate now. So you can hear like there's a bit more room, there's a bit more of a tail. So what I mean by tail is once the keys have been played, they stick around for a bit longer, and it just gives a bit of a feel. Next up, what I'm going to do is add some stereo. Really simple stereo stuff. This is from Kilohertz, from Slate Digital, who make VSTs, and they sound great to me. I like to use them for production. Sometimes VSTs are, well, there's no rule to it, but some are better for vocals than they are for virtual instruments, and vice versa. But it's about, again, trial and error, finding out what works for you best. Okay, let's have a listen to what it sounds like with. Oh, let's try again. Turn it on. Right, let's just A-B that real quick. Oh, that wasn't on either. Okay, cool. Let's give it a go again. turn these guys on and off. So you can kind of hear it, but let's just take him off. Let's take him off, and then we'll AP them. So it's slight. It's not much, but it just pushes it forward a little bit. Just pushes it forward a little bit. And I just want it to be a bit more central, because this is what the whole tune's going to be based off on, these two different chops. So I want to make sure that they sit a bit more forward. I know stereo makes it a bit wider, but also gives it a bit of a sense of being a bit forward as well. Like forward as in like when someone's trying to overtake you on the road, you know what I mean? They're trying to be in front of you. And this is essentially what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to make it a bit wider and a bit fuller and a bit bigger. And that's my kind of approach to sound design. Most of the time is really me taking things and giving it the steroids, making it feel like you can actually hear the real thing right next to you in your ears and your head. But essentially what this is about finding something you like. If it's drums, start off with drums, but also be thinking ahead, thinking about, if I make this drum pattern super tight and super busy, then maybe I can take things out a bit later to make some space for vocals. And also editing your sounds and using stock plugins, nothing wrong with that. You know, it's about how you use the tools and not the actual tools. So kind of just using all the tools that are available to you, so your reverbs, your delays, your distortions, and crafting the sound. So most of the time, is, you know, when you're cooking, it's almost like when you're cooking, you don't want to put too much sriracha in there or else it'll burn you. Do you know what I mean? So that being said, quick conclusion, we found some samples that we liked, we put them in. We did like, it's like 2 16 bars, and then put them side by side. We put some reverb in them, some waves plate, and also a bit of stereo to make it a bit wider. And that's the first step for me. So hope you guys have taken some gems from it. Peace till next time.